Hi guys, my name is Trinh and today I am here to do a book review and discussion for City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. If you do not know, I am doing a year-long readathon with Emma Books. She is basically hosting this huge readathon for all of Cassandra Clare's books. So right now, I just finished City of Glass, which is the third book of the Mortal Instruments series. Since this is the third book of a series, I cannot really give you a proper synopsis if you have not read the first two books. So leave if you have not read the first two books. But if you have read, City of Bones and City of Ashes, I will tell you the synopsis for City of Glass, of course. So in this book, it is mostly taking place in Idris or Alicante, which is the capital of Idris, which is the home country of the Shadowhunters, basically. It's getting more political, it's getting more serious because Valentine, he really is very powerful. He is a intelligent, cruel villain. Like, he really is. So the Clave and all of the Shadowhunters, also Downwarders, have to, unite and fight him because he is the main antagonist. He is the antagonist. For the most part, I did enjoy this book very much. I am not going to lie, it was hard to push through the first 100 pages because, wow, it was so annoying. There was one particular character that annoyed the shit out of me in the first 100 pages or so, but once I pushed through that, I really flew through this book basically. So I really enjoyed the story. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is my second time reading City of Glass, so I do know what happened in this novel, so I was not really surprised, but I did pay attention to the little hints and the little details in this book. For the most part, yeah, I really did enjoy City of Glass. It's not my favorite book of the series as of now. City of Ashes is my favorite book of the Mortal Instruments, but like I said, there are 3 more books in this series, so I haven't reread them yet, so of course my opinions might change in the future. In City of Bones, in my video for City of Bones, I did mention that I am very interested in the politics and the Clave and the Accord and Valentine because that is oh my god, it's so complicated, but it's so interesting because the government is really corrupt. So Valentine wants to fix, the Clave, but his method is wrong because he uses demons and Downwarders, but then he hates demons and Downwarders. It's just interesting, honestly. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. Like I said, I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite book. I know a lot of people's favorite book of the series is City of Glass, but that's not for me. But still, I liked it for what it is. That is it for my review. If you have not read this book, leave right now and, read the book, come back. But if you have read this book, stay so we can discuss what happened in this book because, oh my god, it's just a lot. To the people who have not read the book, goodbye, alright? So the obvious part of this book is that Clary and Chase are not siblings. They're not siblings. They're not related whatsoever. So when I first read this book, I knew that they're not going to be siblings, because I did look it up online and I spoiled it for myself because there's no way, it's just crazy. It's too crazy. So I did spoil it for myself when I first read the book. So I did know that they're not going to be siblings. And honestly, it's really quite sad to see how conflicted they are because they have strong feelings for each other, but they know that they cannot be together because they're brothers and sisters, but they're not. Sometimes it's really heartbreaking to watch because you can tell that they love each other, Chase and Clary, but then they can't be together because they're brother and sister, but we, the audience, know that they're not going to be brother and sister. So it's just a roller coaster, honestly. So Clary's brother, let's talk about him, okay? So this guy, Sebastian Verlac, he's not really Sebastian Verlac. He is Jonathan Christopher Morgenstern. He has demon blood and he is crazy. This guy is a lunatic, honestly. When I was just reading this book, I was like, yo, this guy is giving me a lot of bad vibes. This guy literally kills 3 people within 100 pages. He killed Ragnar, he killed Hodge, and then he killed Max. 3 people die really quickly in this book. And he actually kisses Clary. And I am pretty damn sure that he knows that Clary is his sister and he still kisses her. I was like, yo, that's disgusting, man. So there is a tiny bit of incest in City of Glass. So throughout this entire book, I noticed that there are so many hints to Chase's biological parents, and also to the fact that Sebastian is the bad guy. Like, seriously, there are so many hints. If you really pay attention, I swear to you, it will click together, basically. Like I said in my review, the one character that annoyed me the most in the first 100 pages of the book is Chase. I was so annoyed. I literally had to like put down the book to like, you know, collect myself because I could not get it together. So in the beginning, Claire is going to Alicante with the Lightwoods, but Chase doesn't want her to go. He's being so possessive about it because he's trying to, you know, pull in Simon to like lie to Claire, but then also lie to the Lightwoods. And so there's a lot of, you know, lying and manipulation in this story, and I was just fucking fed up. Claire can make her own decision. I know that it's not really safe for her to go, but at the same time, she has a very good reason to go to Alicante. He needs to stop thinking what he's doing is best for her. I mean, like, he lied to the Clave. And also, no one knows that Claire is very powerful when it comes to runes, that she can create these new runes, and that's just an ability that no one can do. And like I said, Chase lied to the others about Claire not wanting to go to Alicante. Like, what the fuck? Man, I just hate that he has to lie because he is taking away her rights to make her own decision. And I don't like the way he acts like he's doing her a favor by lying to other people. Why is there someone cutting down the trees outside my house? I hope you can still hear me, but just in case there's someone cutting the trees outside my house, I'm just saying. So Chase, I just want to talk more about him. So he is very destructive in this book, but then I also feel bad for the kid because like he is a victim of Valentine's abuse. He's been lied to for so many years, especially from Valentine. Valentine's just a fucking asshole, honestly, and in a way he's broken. So I feel really bad for Claire because she gets left behind, of course, but then she finds a way to go to Alicante by creating a portal. But here's the thing, Claire, she is so impulsive that she doesn't think this through. She creates the portal. Luke is like, oh my god, don't do it. So they both end up going through the portal and she is being dropped in the lake and she almost died. So we get to Alicante and we meet new shadow hunters. So we meet Aline, we meet Sebastian. We learn that like the shadow hunters are so annoying. They're kind of ignorant. I also noticed that Luke keeps saying that he's not being invited to Idris or Alicante. Really shows you how much like the shadow hunters look down on downworlders. So Amethyst, we meet this new character and she is Luke's sister. The thing is, her last name is Herondale, so we learned that she was married to Stephen Herondale. Stephen Herondale? Stephen Herondale? Whatever. Stephen. What is the correct pronunciation? She was once married to him, but he divorces her because Valentine's like, no, you cannot be married to Luke's sister because Luke is a werewolf, so you know, it's not good. He has to divorce her and then he marries Celine. And we also learned that she turned her back on her brother after he was bitten because they just hate downwarders and he's going to be a werewolf. So she just turns her back against him and it's just really cruel. And I like how she regrets her decision. I like how she realizes that she has made a huge mistake. And at the end of the novel, I really do like her. I like her redeeming qualities and I also like the fact that she's trying to be a better sister for Luke. So the new Inquisitor, Aldertree or whatever, he is crazy and it really shows you that these people who have a lot of powers, they're very corrupt and they keep thinking that they're doing the right thing, but obviously they're not. The new Inquisitor wants Simon to lie to the Clave so the Lightwoods will be arrested for working with Valentine, even though the Lightwoods are not working with Valentine. So we also learned that Samuel Blackburn in the cell next to Simon is actually Hodge. Okay, so you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that the noise outside is just absurdly loud, so I'm going to speak really loud so you won't have to hear that. So Clary finds the penthouse house and she finds Chase with Aline, which is incredibly awkward, and Chase calls Clary like a stupid girl and like he just yells at her and makes her feel really bad, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Honestly, I was fed up by that point. I mean, like, what the hell is this? So yeah, on page 124, the way Chase talks to Clary really pisses me off. I was like infuriated. I had to put the book down and just like distance myself from the novel for like a few hours. So I noticed that when Simon and Clary meet Sebastian, they both recognize him in some way. So when Simon first met Sebastian, he said something about recognizing him, and then when Clary met Sebastian, she also said the same thing. It's like like this sense of familiarity, and I'm just like, yo. That's your brother, okay? Another thing that I noticed is that Claire and Sebastian, they're talking and they're walking, and then at the last minute, she tells him about Ragnar Fell. I was like, oh man, no, don't do that. The next day, we learned that he died. We know that it's because of Sebastian. And I'm just like, damn it, I know it's not Clary's fault, but at the same time, she told him last minute too, like she could have walked away from him. So Clary and Sebastian, they go to Ragnarfeld's house, and Sebastian is genuinely shocked when he sees Ragnarfeld. It's actually Magnus Bane, but oh my god, I was like, oh, so that's why he's like really shocked, because he killed Ragnarfeld, so he's like so confused on why he's seeing Ragnarfeld. So Chase and Clary, they get the book, which is good, but then they also find an angel in the cellar, Angel Ethereal. He's like being shackled to like the house basically, and I feel so bad because like this is crazy. And then we also learn that Valentine uses demon blood on his son. Chase thinks that it's him, but really it's the other Jonathan. So Max saw someone climbing the demon towers, and Isabel dismisses him. I feel so bad for this kid because in City of Ashes and City of Glass, people always dismiss him because he's a kid. He's only 9 years old. But like that's so insulting because they just think that, he's a child. I also noticed that Isabel notices a scar on Sebastian's palm. Yeah, because he cut himself because, he uses his own demon blood to take down the demon tower. So there are demons in Alicante, and it's just crazy because demons cannot get into Alicante because of the demon towers. Valentine is clever for attacking while the clave is in session. So Luke and the werewolf packs are helping the shadow hunters. But then like the clave is just like, we don't need your help, blah blah blah, we can take care of ourselves. But it's like, no you don't. You need their help. You need the werewolves. You need the downwarders, because like this is just not about the clave anymore. This is really about shadow hunters and downwarders. So the scene where Clary and Luke hug warms my heart. Like I said, I love Luke and Clary very much. Luke is my favorite character in the Mortal Instruments. So Sebastian is a fucking cock blocker basically. Every time he just comes in and be like, Clary, blah 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 blah. I'm just like, dude, shut up. No one cares. And Clary needs to stop telling Sebastian everything. Like seriously, it's pissing me off because he's a stranger. And she's literally telling him like everything. And then, later we find out that he's actually a spy for Valentine. So the gang rescues Simon. Finally, oh my god, poor Simon is in jail for like days. So the gang is talking to Hodge. Out of nowhere, Sebastian just kills him. And the thing is, Hodge is about to tell Chase the truth because he finally realizes that Chase is actually the Herondale boy. Sebastian, or like Jonathan or whatever, is actually the true son of Valentine. Unfortunately, Max dies, and I was truly heartbroken. Like I knew that it's gonna come, but it's really sad. Like really sad. Like he gets knocked out by Sebastian with a hammer too. It's so sad because he's so young. He's only 9 years old, and he's like very innocent, and he's like a sweet boy. And also Isabel blames herself for Max's death because he told her about the demon towers, but she didn't listen to him. And it's really sad because it's not Isabel's fault at all. It's actually Sebastian's fault because he's the one who killed Max, but she blames herself for that, And here's the thing about Chase and Clary being siblings. They're not the only people who are affected by this. Isabel and Alec and Simon also are affected by this. So Isabel and Clary, this huge confrontation between them is pretty intense because, it's about Chase and Clary. And it messes us with your emotion because this happened like a few chapters before we find out that they're not actually siblings. So with this confrontation, we start second guessing ourselves like, oh my god, are they actually siblings? Because like it's pretty intense. Like this conversation is actually wild. But then we learn that Jocelyn has woken up. Let's go to the Shadowhunter's Tale, which is one of my favorite chapters because finally we learn the truth from Jocelyn. Valentine made sure that Luke was bitten by a werewolf. Like this was set up, this whole entire thing of Luke being bitten by a werewolf. Jocelyn found out that Valentine gave her demon blood to consume so the baby could be this half demon shadow hunter. Stefan, I think, was killed in a raid, and Celine slit her wrist. Celine basically killed herself when she was pregnant with Chase. Valentine and Hodge have to like cut Chase out of her body. That's truly disgusting, man. I can't even imagine. So we finally learned that Chase is not Clary's brother. Turns out Sebastian is Clary's brother. This half demon shadow hunter. And it's so amazing how Luke got so many downwarders to fight alongside shadow hunters, even though the shadow hunters are so annoying and they're so hesitant to fight with the downwarders. And honestly, I just love Luke so much. I love him even more. So the fight between Sebastian and Chase is very intense because you can tell that Sebastian is incredibly powerful. I mean, he has the demon blood. Chase finally knows the truth about him and Clary. And Isabel shows up and helps Chase, but then Chase kills Sebastian, which is, you know, a good moment temporarily, honestly. I completely forgot about Malachi. So this guy who's like the council of the Clave, he is on Valentine's side, you know, the entire time. And I was like, oh my god, that, you know, makes so much sense why he does not want downwarders to fight alongside Shadowhunters. And then he got killed by like the fucking bird, like the raven. The fact that he was killed really quickly shocked me, honestly, because it happened so quickly. So Clary portals to Valentine, you know, to stop him at the lake. But here's the thing, she is captured by Valentine so quickly, like so quickly. She opens up her eye and she's like, oh shit, Valentine has me in his, you know, spell shit. Clary, have you not learned anything in like the second or third chapter when she portals to Alicante and then she fell in the lake? It happened again at the end, okay? I'm sick of this. At the end, Chase dies and I'm just shocked because I don't remember this. So when he dies, I just sat there. I was like, oh my god, that happened so quick. I mean, I know that he's gonna like be revived, but still, it's scary. Like, he actually died. So at the end, Valentine's plan is backfired, basically. The angel is just like, dude, what you're doing is just wrong. So the angel kills Valentine. That's like the thing that's just crazy. The angel Raziel himself killed Valentine, and you can tell that he felt like betrayed, but at the same time what you're doing is just wrong. So like, I don't know why Valentine is like really surprised. And then also the good news is that the downwarders have seats in the council now, so that's, you know, great. So Tessa is also in the epilogue. And last but not least, Chase and Clary are a couple now, so you know, they can date freely, which is good, because in like the first 3 books they were like conflicted with their feelings. So I'm glad that is over with, honestly. So that is it for Sacred Glass by Cassandra Clare. I really enjoyed this book. I cannot wait to read Clockwork Angel next because, you know, we're diving into the Infernal Devices series, so I'm very excited for that. I'm sorry for the construction outside. Some guy is cutting down the trees and it's infuriating. Like, oh my god, I wanted to come out and just yell at him, but I can't do that. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye!